ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this exciting program called Issues of the Moment. My name is Professor David Uduma, and today we'll be discussing on the issues that pertain to the state and also the nation of Nigeria in particular, because everything that we discuss here in the studio is about all that concerns the state and the nation, because we want to find bring solutions to issues that affect us. You understand, in and out of this nation, because it's a growing time, a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of activities and events are happening across, Nigeria and every part of the states of Nigeria. Welcome again to this program, Issues of the Moment. And right with me in the studio is a very, very formidable guest. He has been with us 1, 2, 3 times in the studio, and he's right here again with us, and we're going to be talking strictly on the issues of the moment that concerns the state and the nation. He's not the person that Barrister St. Moses Ogwebe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome to this program.
Thank you for having me. How is it?
Oh, fine, thank you, sir.
All right.
I know that it seems like you're just coming out from the court.
Yes, I just want to put it to them so that we free those who are being intimidated, people who are being subjected to things they never did. We went there to.
Going to this issue of the court, since you're talking about the court matters, the court has affirmed the Abure Sachs order, and INEC also given the INEC order to recognize the Usman Nana faction of the Labour Party. So, what do you say about this new development? Because now that the Federal High Court has just given an order of a sack of the Abure faction, because we've had in time past, for some time, this battle between the Abure faction and the Usman Nana faction. Now the court has come out to say that they are giving a clear sack order of the Abure faction and a recognition by INEC to the Usman Nana faction. So what do you want to think about this?
You see, I know this matter has gone up to the Supreme Court earlier, and the Supreme Court in Nigeria is the apex court, the court that whatever decision they take is final. And the Supreme Court says this is an internal matter of the party, that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to entertain it, except the parties go back to resolve whatever problem and crisis they have. But we at that time said that the Supreme Court is a very serious problem there. If you say the party, internal affairs of the party should not be, that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction. How do they resolve it when they refuse to resolve? That's the problem. So we are back to it now. Now, I don't know how Federal High Court could claim to assume jurisdiction over a matter the Supreme Court hitherto said they do not have jurisdiction to entertain. So we are waiting. That is the problem we are having in this country, where issues will come to the court instead of court having a clear court decision, so that the people, lower courts, will know what to do. Now let me tell you, again, it depends on what issues were canvassed at the Court of Appeal and at the Supreme Court. Okay? If the Court of Appeal or the Federal High Court, the issues canvassed there is whether the convention had by Abure faction,
Yes.
or whether the Abure faction had the right to do a convention, or if they do not have convention, whether they have right to extend the tenure of Abure.
But if you are saying that the Supreme Court said they should go back to go and harness themselves and have a kind of in-house party discussion. We can still remember that in the judgment delivered by Justice Peter Lifu, the court, relied on April 4th, 2025, the verdict of the Supreme Court of Nigeria declared the former Minister of Finance, East Esther Nnamdi Usman, as the valid leader of the party. Valid. So it was not a time to say go back. The Supreme Court had given their decision. So now the Federal High Court is still coming again to ascertain to that same decision that was given by the Supreme Court. So I don't know.
If the Supreme Court had said that Abure is no longer the leader of Labour Party, there was no need to go back to Court of Appeal or Federal High Court. That means Abure is no longer the leader of the party.
Of course.
But if the Supreme Court says any internal matter of any party that no court has jurisdiction, the party should go back and resolve it. Then there's a lacuna there. Who resolves it when the two factions refuse to resolve? If they refuse to resolve, then there has to be a particular issue that is not canvassed at the Supreme Court. And that particular issue is this.
Who takes over the leadership of the Labour Party?
At the time this crisis is, should there be an ad hoc kind of
The committee is being charged by the Esther Usman.
No. If reversing to status quo means coming to the caretaker, then the caretaker ought not to be the leader of the party. They should quickly summon a convention, begin congresses where those people, delegates that will go for state congresses, and then to national convention. That means for now there is no leadership. What they have is...
It's because the Abure faction has never accepted the verdict of...
Abure faction does not need to accept it. If Abure faction has been declared to be not...
They have been dissolved. Their party, their leadership has been dissolved.
That is what I'm saying.
So they should have...
If they have been dissolved, and the Supreme Court says, your tenure has expired, it has elapsed, and there should be a caretaker committee to have a convention where a valid national party leadership will be determined. Then Abure has no reason to assume that he is continuing as the leader of the party. But when for the Supreme Court says it is internal affairs of the party, go and resolve. That is where we are having problem. Who initiates the resolution? That is where the problem is.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Ambassador said Moses Omona. Please, we'll be right back shortly. Right after this moment, we'll just go on a commercial break. Thank you.
Hey, you've been scarce lately. What's going on? I enrolled at Living Television Film Academy. I'm undergoing a short-scale training in film and television production. Really? Where is that? At Ngalago Film Village, the practical training center of Living Television Film Academy. I've even started appearing on Living Television. Living Television? Yes! The Academy owns Living Television Africa and USA. Students do real-life practicals at the Film Village. What What are the courses offered? Acting, script writing, cinematography, film directing, film editing, after effects, costume design, and makeup.
How long does the training last?
Just 6 months, and students can appear on television, YouTube, and Facebook worldwide.
Did you leave school for this?
No, there are options for full-time, part-time, and IT students.
How much does it cost?
The training is free, just a 50,000 naira registration fee. Professional instructors, an Epic Film Village, and contemporary film houses.
Enroll now at Living Television Film Academy, number 49 St. Michael's Road, first floor, back seat, Aba, Abia State. Call 0708 608 8489 or 0816 641 1400.
Living Television Film Academy, where talent meets the screen.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. We're still in this segment of the program called Issues of the Moment. Right before we went on break, we were talking about the issue of the Labour Party and the crisis that they have, and the court order that was given to the Aboris faction, dissolving the Aboris faction, and also giving an order of the INEC to recognize the Esther Usman Nanadi faction, and that they should be take over the affairs of the Labour Party. And right in the studio, we are trying to digest on these issues and to ensure that we discuss very well intimately on the political affairs of the day is Barrister St. Moses Obuna. Welcome, sir, again.
Thank you.
So you were saying, like we talked about the issue, and I said, Aboris is not giving up. He's not giving up.
He won't give up because he has people sponsoring him.
But he's not supposed to obey the court order.
He's supposed to obey the court order, but in Nigeria, do they obey court order? There are paymasters who will ask you to continue. Don't you see what Wike is doing in PDP? It's the same thing.
Because I know from what he's doing, he's a content. He's a content.
You are talking about issues of content. Content of which court? The court itself has where the pendulum goes. That's where they go. See, the problem we're having in this country is that we are trying to make the courts look like a joke. All right? Where a court will give an order, somebody will disobey it, and come another. Imagine where a Supreme Court will give an order. A Federal High Court will give a contrary. Federal High Court. On an issue, the Supreme Court, the highest, the apex court of the land, has adjudicated. Okay, look at the PDP. The PDP issues. You see, Anyanwu has been declared that his tenure is over, has expired. You can be surprised tomorrow. He may decide to go to United Nations Court or Court of West Africa to pursue, or Court of Jesus Christ
To go and appeal.
so that they will see that the PDP will have no rest. You see everybody rushing into APC. If you ask them, they say yes, because there is a controversy, there is a dispute in their party. All these things are created so that all these people will go into APC. And once there is no more governor or senator or house member, the majority have gone into APC. You now begin to have judgments in these courts. Because that is why, the reason why these controversies are there, so that it will be justified or justifiable for one to decamp from his party to another. If you ask him, because the Constitution says, for you to decamp while having the mandate of a party, there must be a dispute in that party. And that's why they're doing that.
So as it stands now,
As it stands now, Abure and his people, if they love their party, should go back and they. Okay, Abure should not. He's not the owner of the party. If his tenure has.
But he has been claiming that he has been the leader of the party. Just let
If
him-
he's the leader of the party, is it
And that
in
he-
perpetuity? Is it a life leader? Is he a life leader? It's not a life leader. Another leader has come. He should be a follower. So that we will have a strong opposition to fight APC.
And they have all been saying like the issue of Baba Diati, who has always been saying he wants to run the presidency under the Labour Party. What has been
That he says,
and with this crisis happening, so what do you think is going to happen?
listen,
Because it's on the side of
APC will now come, Labour will now, the judgment of Labour will now come down because Obi has left Labour. If Obi hadn't left Labour, you will see that the court will not come out to say this or that. Now that Obi has left Labour, they now see Labour as a party that has gone back to what it used to be.
Okay.
So, who is in Labour that will...
But it has always been said that in the course of every party in Nigeria, that the founder is the decider.
who is the founder?
Who funds the party?
Who funds the
Who
party?
takes the party?
Is it Abure?
We have.
Was Abure anybody
I
until
mean,
Peter Obi went
that's what I'm
to
saying. Like Peter.
If Peter Obi returns today, you will see the courts will begin to rule against what's the one they say is the leader now.
The Usman.
They will begin to rule against him.
I thought that.
And they
I
give.
thought- we had always believed that Mr. Peter Obi has always danced on the side of the Usman and faction.
That's what I'm saying. He has left the party.
Yes.
They now say there is no life in Labour.
No life.
No life in Labour. Labour should stop deceiving themselves if they believe there is life. The only life in any party to face APC is the party that Peter Obi has gone into. Any party Peter Obi has gone into and that gives Peter Obi ticket has come to life.
So are you saying that?
Even if it is Professor, what's your name? David party. If INEC registers a party called Professor David's party and Peter Obi enters there, it will come to life. Let nobody deceive you. When Peter Obi entered into Labour, what life had it?
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's exactly, you are coming back to where I just said.
That is why ADC will now have a problem. There will be function in ADC because Peter Obi has gone in there.
So that means that Peter Obi is not going to be, I mean, it's going to be a problem for him being in that party in ADC.
It won't be a problem.
Because there are so many founders. In
Don't
ADC.
worry. In the end,
We have founders.
don't worry.
We have an Atiku. We have the likes of
If Atiku,
we have a David Mark.
if Atiku,
We have an Erufai.
David Mark, El-Rufai, where is the reverse man?
Rotimi Amechi.
If they are sincere to themselves, they are just human beings in that party. The life in that party is Peter Obi. If Peter Obi puts all the supporters of all the opposition, the hungry people of this country, in this world, that are against APC, they are behind Peter Obi. They don't care where he enters. All of them will empty them, including St. Moses.
So that means now that
We don't want.
now that the Peter Obi has entered ADC, so you are
There is life there now. Life has come into ADC.
and so you are strongly behind the ADC with that movement.
Yes, Peter Obi in ADC, not ADC.
If at the end of this
They didn't give Peter Obi. He will leave. Dala, what's his name? The twice of Peter Obi says, come back to Labour. I will always leave that place for you. If he comes back to Labour, Labour will come alive.
that's what I'm saying, because I said
There is only two parties in this country, APC, and any other party that gives Peter Obi ticket. Those are the two parties in this country.
so that means if he come back to Labour Party
Or any other party.
or another party, that
That party is the opposition.
so that means the likes of ADC will not be able to stand.
They will even quarrel so much that you will see that there's no life there. In fact, all the governors that went into ADC will join Peter Obi.
Don't you feel with this trunking of the political warlords into the unprogressive cause, trunking and going into, like I say, get immunity and get strengthening. Don't you think that there's going to be an explosion in that party someday, and before the election, the 20% election?
We will know whether APC is any party, strong party.
That's what I'm saying.
After their primaries.
After the primaries.
That is when
Are you not foreseeing, an explosion?
Very, very serious implosion. Because everybody entering into APC is entering there because of his interest, personal interest. Some allegedly were bought. Some wants to believing that the moment they get ticket in APC, they have won. And when you don't give him that ticket there, and based on that, they are sponsoring, financing, spending their money, making sure that the party is strong, because the Jagaban on his mandate, they all stand. That when after the primaries, they don't have the ticket. You see other mushroom parties, they will run into them, because many of them are popular in their constituencies. And they have been assured by their constituents that the moment they get ticket, they will win. So and the moment they don't have ticket, they will rush.
So as it stands now, every party is waiting for their primaries. The primaries determines
how strong and how weak other parties are. I don't see where Abia Central, for instance, all the interests in Abia Central, they gave it to one person. When the other candidates or aspirants have their followers, assuring them that the moment they give you ticket, we will vote for you. He has in his mind the 98% of winning, chances of winning. And you say the party did not give you ticket. Because ticket is given, it's not voted. Ticket in every party is given. And any ticket, it's not the result of the primaries. It is given. The party determines to whom they give their ticket. And when it is done.
And it's done because such person is also a founder of the party.
Also a founder of the party. And also a leader in the party. Like others. The same people who are claiming coming to take your money as one funding the party is going to other of these aspirants, collecting their money as also funding the party. That's why when they come before the party, the executive, you see them sounding neutral, sounding that there is nobody this party will give ticket. You merit it. What is meriting it is the amount of money you give.
Now, sir, if this court understands, and the Abure faction happen to accept it.
If the court order stands and Anyang is removed, PDP has gotten peace. And Abure is removed, Labour has gotten peace.
That means
we now have a four-party system, strong three parties.
And which gives room to every other aspirant or whoever who is.
Labour will become a strong party if it will be returns. Otherwise, there's nobody in Labour. Even Alexoti, who is funding the Labour, we now need to cooperate with which party it will be enters. Otherwise, he will have it difficult in that.
Now, talking about His Excellency Dr. Alex Chomoti, about him forming the party, in recent times we've been hearing so many stories and issues around his defection. Are you seeing any true form of light that
I don't think,
because some are saying he's going to we've had so many media reports, him going to ABGA, wanting to go to ABGA, him wanting to go to other parties. Now there's one major question I want to ask. Remember that he came in under the Labour Party. Now the local government elections in Abia State was held by, was being moved with a party called ZLP, the Zen Labour Party. So what happens to Zen Labour Party? Is he saying that completely that party is going to go?
Oyibo did the pension and did two major powerful components outside the pension. Do you know what it is?
The eraser and the sharpener.
And he cut the eraser on top of the pencil. That peradventure, after sharpening the pencil, you see the mouth of the pencil ready to write anything. If you write left, you put right. He says, peradventure, the pencil begins to write not in consonance with the will of the writer. The writer shall cause the weight of the eraser to descend upon that which is written, and its place shall be no more. The pencil that wrote Zenith Labour Party is the maker of the pencil. He has sharpener, which he used to work well the ZLP.
And also has the eraser.
If the ZLP begins to write not in consonance with the will of the writer, which is Alex Otti, he shall cause the weight of the eraser to descend upon ZLP. The place shall be no more. ZLP is the maker is Otti. If anybody is deceiving himself that he can be without Alex Otti in ZLP, that person is joking. It's a joker. So ZLP is LP. It's only the Z that is stands in between that makes it necessary for when Alex Otti saw the problem of these factions in LP, he just ran to his umune.
Because we had times when so many of the mayors are not condescending to the
any mayor who believes that he can be without LP.
Yes, they are not accepting that they are part of the Labour Party.
I say any mayor who is so deceived that the LP is different from ZLP.
That's what exactly. They may not have to say
it. Many of them who we want to know how they became, we know it the hard way. Then one man says, Agurashi, Agwayosi player.
Okay, please, I can explain to us.
If a molded deity becomes very powerful, you tell him the wood that was used in carving it. And if it becomes more powerful, you use a pistol and destroy it. That's another gene in Ngwaland.
So that means the
ZLP was molded by a molder. He knows the wood. He knows how he carved the ZLP to make the mayors. If they are not loyal, my brother, I wouldn't be there when the maker will allow the eraser to descend upon that which is written.
Don't you feel that someday he should be defecting to that ZLP too?
That is his escape route. If we no longer become, he will not. That's why I said there should not be any quarrel between LP and the ZLP. Because the fool, you know what is the escape route?
Yes.
When you go to Ewi, squirrel which lives under the ground,
yes,
it has escape route.
Exactly.
That escape route is ZLP. It should be there for Alex Otti. But he shall never forget his left hand. That left hook is Obi wave.
Thank you so much, distinguished barrister Saint Moses Ogbonna.
Thank you.
We'll be going for a short break and we'll be right back. And when we come back, we'll still be talking the state of the nation's politics. We'll be talking more and dreams of what we should understand about the issues of the moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much.